Ignite by aspiration. Applaud the innovation that exemplifies best intention. State of the school address. Truly in Nagpayong Elementary School, everyone is involved, no one is left behind. Witness how Nagpayong Elementary School empowers our learners amidst this pandemic. Inspired by motivation. Ignite by aspiration. Applaud the innovation that exemplifies best intention. State of the school address. Truly in Nagpayong Elementary School, everyone is involved, no one is left behind. Witness how Nagpayong Elementary School empowers our learners amidst this pandemic. Inspired by motivation. Ignite by aspiration. Applaud the innovation that exemplifies best intention. State of the school address. Truly in Nagpayong Elementary School, let us look back on the important things that transpired this school year in the effort to deliver quality learning amidst educational and societal challenges. Welcome to our State of the School Address. To start with, let us invoke the presence of our Almighty God through an audiovisual presentation. It will be followed by the singing of our national anthem.
sa'yo nakamtan. Kapangyarihan, ikaw ang pinagmulan. Suliranin man ay dumating, ikaw lamang, O Diyos, ang sasambahin. Panginoon ko, sa'yo lamang mananatili kailanman. Suliranin man ay dumating, ikaw lamang, O Diyos, ang sasambahin. Panginoon ko, sa'yo lamang mananatili kailanman. Suliranin man ay dumating, ikaw lamang, O Diyos, ang sasambahin. Panginoon ko, sa'yo lamang mananatili kailanman. Mananatili kailanman. Mananatili kailanman.
Walo dito eh! Host!
Sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas, Lupang Hinilang.
Lord.
At this juncture, let us hear the message from the Chief of Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Manuel A. Laguerta, followed by the message of the Chief of School Governance Operations Division, Dr. Victor M. Javenia.
Magandang araw po at magandang buhay sa ating lahat. Una po, binabati ko ang ating buting principal ng Nagpayong Elementary School, si Dr. Ruben Opeña, 10 po ng ating mga kaguruan, mga magulang, mga mag-aaral, mga opisyales ng School Parent Teachers Association, kasama rin po ang mga kagawad at barangay captain na sumasakop sa Nagpayong Elementary School. Tunay pong nakakatuwa at nakakagalak ng puso na makita ang ating mga paaralan dito sa lungsod ng Pasig na abala sa kanilang pag-uulat ng paaralan. Ito pong State of the School Address na ginagawa ng ating buting principal ay isang mabuting pagkakataon para mailahad at maipakita kung ano na po ba ang nangyayari sa ating paaralan. Sa kanilang masusing pagganap sa kanilang mga tungkulin, inaasahan po ng principal na ang lahat ng ulat ay may papamalas ang mga proyektong natapos na, ang mga gawain nasa kanilang school improvement plan or annual improvement plan ay naisagawa ng naaayon sa itinakda ng kanilang panuntunan para sa pagpapatupad ng ganitong mga plano. At higit po sa lahat, kailangan maipakita rin kung ano na po ba ang antas ng pagkakatuto ng ating mga mag-aaral. Ang State of the School Address ay sumasalamin hindi lamang sa antas ng pagkakatuto ng ating mga mag-aaral, kundi ano po ba ang mga programang kailangang malaman ng ating mga magulang at komunidad kung ito po ba ay sumasapat at tumutugon sa pangangailangan ng ating mga mag-aaral at sumasabay sa pangangailangan ng panahon. At naniniwala po kami na ang Nagpayong Elementary School sa pamumuno po ng ating buting principal na si Dr. Peña ay malaya, malinis at naayon sa sinseridad at integridad na ipinapamalas pamula pa nang siya ay namumuno sa ating paaralan. Kaya inaasahan ko po na ang State of the School Address ay bibigyan ng pansin ng buong komunidad, lalo na po ang ating mga magulang at mga mag-aaral, kasama ang kanilang mga guro na patuloy na bumabalikat ng kanilang mga tungkulin para higit na mapaunlad po ang ating paaralang Nagpayong Elementary. So naniniwala po kami na it takes a village to educate a child. Hindi lamang po ang paaralan ang may obligasyon o responsibilidad sa pagbibigay ng kalidad ng edukasyon, kundi ang pagsasama-sama ng buong pamayanan, ang buong sektor ng lipunan, para sa ganon ay maging holistic po ang development ng ating mga mag-aaral. At naniniwala rin po kami na ang Nagpayong Elementary School, isa sa may pinakamaraming populasyon ng mag-aaral, bagamat malaki ito ay kayang-kaya naman ng ating buting principal na pamunuan at marami pong mga accomplishments ang Nagpayong Elementary School na magpapakilala, magpapatunay na ang kalidad ng edukasyon sa Pasig City ay talagang tinitigala, pinupuri at pinaiinggitan sapagkat umaagos ang pag-asa dito sa ating lungsod, katulad na lamang ng mga suporta, mga proyekto at mga programang para po sa kaiunlad ng ating mag-aaral. So halina po kayo, tulungan natin ang Nagpayong Elementary School na tuparin ang layunin para sa ating mga mag-aaral sapagkat no one is left behind in Pasig City. Kaya dapat ang mga mag-aaral ay pumapasok. Tinutupad namin sa SDO Pasig City ang aming mandato na walang may iwan, lahat kasama sa bilang. Kaya muli po, binabati ko ang Nagpayong Elementary School sa kanilang pagdaraos ng State of the School Address. Muli po, magandang araw at magandang buhay po sa ating lahat.
Sa punong guro ng Nagpayong Elementary School, Dr. Ruben Peña, sa lahat ng mga guro, mga kawani ng paaralan, sa lahat ng mga mag-aaral, mga magulang at lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga stakeholders. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ako po ay isa sa mga nagagalak, natutuwa sapagkat ang ating pong paaralan ay magkakaroon muli ng tinatawag nating State of the School Address. Ito po ay kalagayan ng paaralan. Ito po ay pag-uulat ng paaralan kung ano po yung mga naging achievements, ano po yung mga accomplishments ng ating paaralan sa loob ng isang taon. Gayon din po, kasama rin dito ang paglalahad ng mga plano pa ng paaralan sa darating na taon at sa mga darating na araw. Layunin po nito na inyong malaman kung ano po ang mga ginagawa ng paaralan upang ipabatid po sa inyo ng inyong tulong bilang mga stakeholders ng paaralan ay binibigyang halaga po at binibigyan ng katuparan ng ating mga guro, ng ating mga administrador ng paaralan, mga kawani ng paaralan. Tamang-tama po ang tema ng ating SOSA ng Nagpayong Elementary School ngayon. Sabi, dekalidad na edukasyon sa panahon ng pandemya, pagpupunyagi ng bawat isa. Mayroon pa rin po tayong kahit po tayo ay dumaan sa mga pagsubok, lalo na po sa panahon ng pandemya, may puwang pa rin po sa atin na magpunyagi, lalo pa natin pagtibayin, at magdiwang sapagkat sa kabila po nito, nakita natin na marami po pala ang may mabuting kalooban na handang tumulong sa ating mga paaralan. At natutuwa po kami sapagkat hindi niyo po pinababayaan ang ating mga paaralan. Tama po, sa kabila ng pandemyang ito, dekalidad pa rin ang ibinibigay natin na edukasyon sa ating mga mag-aaral na nanarapat para sa kanila. Sama-sama po, kabilang po dito ang local government officials sa pamumuno ng ating mayor at ang ating congressman, gayon din po, lahat ng mga barangay officials natin na sama-samang tumutulong para naman po mailapit sa atin at maibigay sa mga bata ang tulong at dekalidad na edukasyon na nararapat para sa kanila. Ulitin ko po, hindi po kaya ng paaralan kung sila lamang. Kailangan po nila ng kasangga, kailangan nila ng kaagapay. Sa mga magulang po namang naririto, marami pong salamat sapagkat dito sa 2 taon na pagharap natin sa pandemya, alam po namin kung ano po ang pinagdaanan ninyo at naging kabahagi kayo upang ang ating mga mag-aaral, sa kabila ng hirap na pinagdaanan natin sa pandemya, ay patuloy nilang patuloy na may isa katuparan, ang layunin natin na sila'y matuto at magkaroon ng dekalidad, na edukasyon para sa kanila. Kasama po kayo doon. Ang achievement pong ito ay hindi lamang achievement ng mga guro, lalo na po kayo mga magulang kasi kasama po kayo. Pero ngayon po, umaharap na po tayo sa panibagong hamon para po tayong nanganganay kasi muli po tayong babalik sa face-to-face classes. At sa pagbalik po natin, marami po tayong mga hinihanda na mga preparasyon para sa pagbubukas muli ng klase. Nagkakaroon po tayo ng pilot implementation. At para po sa kabatiran ng lahat, ang Nagpayong Elementary School ay isa po sa mga paaralan dito sa ating division na handang-handa na para sa pagbubukas ng face-to-face classes. At ano pa man ang maging magtunguhin ito ay maaari po at handa ang school sa anumang mga contingency plan nila para sa inyo. So ilalahad po yan ng ating punong guro. At syempre, hindi po kakayanin yan na mag-isa lang siya, lalo na ngayong face-to-face classes. Marami pong hinihingi sa atin ang kagawaran ng edukasyon na dapat may isa katuparan. Kaya po muli po kami humihingi na kumakatok sa inyo at humihingi ng tulong at suporta na ito pong ating gagawing face-to-face classes para sa ating mga mag-aaral ay maging maayos at maisakatuparan ng maayos. Alam niyo po, nabalitaan ko na dito sa Nagpayong, ang mga magulang ay talagang gustong-gusto nang makabalik ang kanilang mga anak sa paaralan, no? Kami rin po, no, kung gaano po kayo ka-excited na mapabalik sa paaralan ng inyong mga anak, ay gayon din po kami. Kasi hindi po sanay ang paaralan na walang bata, at natutuwa po kami na kung gaano po yung eagerness ng mga magulang ay ganoon din ang eagerness ng ating mga teachers na muling makita ang mga mag-aaral natin sa paaralan at bumalik na po tayo sa normal na pamumuhay, no? Normal na pagkaklase ng pagkatuto ng ating mga mag-aaral, no? Kaya po dahil po diyan, marami pong mga preparasyon na ginagawa ang paaralan na ilalapit po sa inyo at ipakikita at sasabihin sa inyo ng ating punong guro. Binabati ko po kayong lahat, ang ating punong guro, Sir Rapenia. Maraming salamat sa patuloy mong pagpupursigi, no? Marami pong mga pagbabago ang nangyari sa ating paaralan sa pamumuno ng ating punong guro, Sir Openia, no? Dr. Robert Openia. Marami pong mga nabago, maraming mga improvement ang ating paaralan. Kung makikita nyo po ang kanilang gulayan, napakaganda po at level 4 ang kanilang gulayan. Ang DRR naman po nila, no, ay level 4 din. Ibig sabihin, handa at safe po ang mga bata pag pumasok po sa paaralan. Gayun din po yung wash-in school, no, sila naman po ay 2 stars. Ibig sabihin, kayang-kaya po nila yung kanilang mga hygiene, yung tubig, yung water, at saka yung sanitation ng paaralan ay maayos. At higit sa lahat, ang paaralan po ay very outstanding child-friendly school. Ibig sabihin, ang paaralan po ito ay kinalulugod at kung ako po ang may anak ay namamarapating kong mag-aral sa isang paaralan o magpag-aralin ng aking anak sa isang paaralan na very outstanding child-friendly school, no? So pagbati po sa inyong lahat, pagbati po sa ating punong guro at sa lahat ng kawani ng paaralan, no? Sa inyo po ang papuri at pagpupugay sa inyo sa inyong mga ginagawa para po sa ating mga mag-aaral. Muli po, congratulations at maraming salamat po.
With the school's efforts to prioritize the necessary resolutions to the education-linked crisis, the issues and concern relevant to school recovery and readiness of operation for the next school year remains a dilemma on how the school administrators would fully solve the crisis, implement strategic plans to be well ready in addressing the pandemic-related learning gaps and in ensuring the taking place of effective interventions to accelerate learning. To inform, update, and elaborate further on the aforementioned things, let us all listen to the ever-supportive and dynamic school head, Dr. Ruben H. Opena.
To Honorable Roman T. Romulo, Congressman of the Long District of Pasig City, Honorable Victor Reyes M. Soto, Mayor of Pasig City, Honorable Robert B. Jaworski Jr., Vice Mayor of Pasig City, Honorable Maricar Asilo Vivero, Barangay Captain of Pinagmumatan, Ma'am Maria Evalu Concepcion A. Agustin, Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Carolina T. Rivera, CSE, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Manuel A. Leguerta, Chief Curriculum Implementation Division, CIB, Dr. Victor M. Javenia, Chief Schools Governance Operation Division, SPOE, Dr. Edna D. Camarao, Public School District Supervisor for Cluster 2, to our parents, teachers, learners, and stakeholders, a peaceful and blessed day to all of us. The current global health crisis has undeniably revolutionized the way schools operate at all levels of education, and continuing education requires thorough planning as the school faces the sudden change of transition from the traditional teaching and learning process to other learning modalities. This posed a major challenge for the school administration to ensure the continuity of learning and to ensure effective and efficient delivery of key learning skills and accessibility of different learning resources. Despite the looming steep learning curves, Nagpayong Elementary School continues to find ways to strengthen its premium school management system, to strengthen proactive partnerships, promote the sustainability of genuine collaboration among its stakeholders, provide home literacy support and parental coordination design meaningful learning experiences, foster strong professional learning for teachers, and adopt flexible instructional strategies and appropriate classroom assessment methods. For the school to move forward due to the sudden change in the implementation of the teaching and learning process, our school needs comprehensive and strategic planning. It requires the goodwill of our stakeholders, which include our parents, the community, the Pasig City local government, and even caring members of non-governmental organizations. The school has achieved the efficient implementation of innovative approaches to the teaching learning process with their full support and participation as the curriculum continues well despite the threat. Many of our constituents prefer modular learning and online distance learning, which our agency has introduced as multiple learning modalities for students to choose from based on their preferences. Using the centrals and divisions educational resources, students can learn asynchronously by studying self-learning modules and watching video lectures on their tablets provided by the Pasig City. Some students participated in online class sessions through a teleconferencing platform set up by their teachers. We are also implementing certain operational measures by changing the way our safety and wellness related programs and activities are conducted. Because student learning takes place at home, we have the right connection with our parents to practice through partnership, and they are seen as our partners in sustaining DepEd's vision and mission in the new normal. We ensure parents are familiar with the current teaching and learning system as it directly and indirectly impacts students' outcomes during this crisis. Today is the right time to bring you the significant and memorable highlights that the school has had this 2021-2022 school year. This would not have been achieved without the shared responsibility of our stakeholders, our amazing partners in providing opportunities to enhance students' learning and improve the school as a whole. Let's start with our registration data. There has been exponential growth in enrollment. The influx of enrollment may be due to increased migration from private to public schools. Last school year, enrollment only reached more than 10,000 because many of the children returned to the province because of the threat of contracting COVID-19. However, our data show that an increase in enrollment. There were 11,228 students in kindergarten up to grade 6. The LSEN or SPED were 109 children and adults 28 enrolled to continue their education. The increase of enrollment means we have been more responsive to the academic needs amid the pandemic. We have been able to offer better services, programs, and resources to students. It is also the result of school's smooth cooperation with our parents. At SPED or LSED and ALS, we are redoubling our efforts to increase the number. Every child has the right to education, even if they have a disability or have dropped out of school for many years. Education is free and this is for everyone. Our school's intervention program, the Dropout Reduction Program or DOR, ensures that no child is left behind this school year. I am happy to report that the school dropout rate is 0 because all teachers and parents have done their best to meet the children's learning needs. There was unity and collaboration between teachers and parents. The teachers had prevention strategies in place, such as early identification of children with poor school attendance rates. They then called the parents' attention by using phones or visiting their homes. Through home visits, the teachers were also able to better explain the importance of education and discuss effective solutions to restore the child's active participation in the classroom simply by providing appropriate academic support. Programs like Project's collaborative drive to guarantee reduction, elimination of dropouts or Project Code Red, strategic monitoring online coaching, and Zoom kumustahan, schools clinic were also conducted and other related webinars for parents to catch up with those who are late have helped a lot to motivate learners to continue learning. Since the school wants to instill a love of reading in its students, it has launched online reading programs to help children learn to read and write at home, increase appreciation for books, improve students' vocabulary, and learn the accurate use of to promote words and develop communication skills. The schools involves parents in all reading activities through the program Magulang Ko, Kabalikan Ko. When it comes to shaping their children to be productive and valuable one day, we know that parents have a tremendous influence on and impact on their well-being even if they are exhausted from work. Parents make time for their children. As a result of the parents' intense efforts, we sincerely congratulate you for being very responsible. You are priceless in terms of love and support. We also had the homeschool reading engagement, where parents were capacitated to become reading partners at home. They were also trained on how to make their own reading materials. The school also implemented our best reading practices, namely, non-reader ko, sagot ko. Kabataan Akayin Magbasa program. We also conducted a reading poster and Dear at Home. The school also believes that learners can learn best through their peers. Hence, we instigated the Reading Ambassadors Club to continuously hone the reading ability of the learners and ignite their love for reading. We also organize the Literacy Talent Festival. Competitions are held to showcase and demonstrate your reading skills. More importantly, encouraging children to rediscover their love of reading and increase the number of able readers. Just singing, storytelling, reading theater, spelling bee, oral interpretation, declamation, and speech are some of each competition offered at each level. To significantly reduce the number of students with severe difficulty learning to read and write, the school is also proud to implement remedial reading. After identifying children in need of remedial reading assistance, the teachers calls for parents' attention to inform the situation and intervention to be provided. Each stage has a set time to perform the remedial. Parents are also provided with supplementary and additional resources that can be given to the child, such as reading worksheets and many more. PIL-IB results in both English and Filipino show improvement in learners' reading ability. Based on the data, there is an increase in the percentage of independent readers in all grade levels and a decrease in the percentage of learners under frustration level. It appears that the intervention strategies of teachers contributed much to the improvement as learners showed mastery of reading skills. However, there are still learners who may have poor reading comprehension, so they need more drills and exercises to improve their reading level. Meanwhile, no learners belong to non-readers in both English and Filipino. Last June 13 to 17, the teachers conducted the comprehensive rapid literacy assessment for grade 1 to grade 3 learners. The reading assessment would help teachers quickly determine the reading profiles of the learners and develop instructional strategies. The CRLA shall be in English and in Filipino. Reading assessments for English shall be utilized for grade 3 learners, only while the Filipino shall be for grades 1 up to grade 3. Based on the results, there is a high percentage of learners who are considered grade ready in Filipino. Grade 1 has 90.24%, grade 2 79.70%, and grade 3 78.04%. In English, 80.46% of the learners are also considered grade ready for they can read independently and mostly got perfect scores. On the other hand, there are still learners who need additional support. They gather data from the conduct of CRLA shows this in Filipino, 4.52% of grade 1 learners and 4.1% of grade 2 need to undergo reading remediation. In English, few learners, about 0.70%, are also subject to go through immediate extensive remedial reading. Given that numeracy is the foundation for learning all math skills at all grade levels, it is of paramount importance to assess how much of it is already in the students. To help math teachers and curriculum implementers get a picture of students' 8 numeracy skills and their levels, Nagpayong Elementary School conducted numeracy assessment for grades 1 to 3 learners. The results show that the average of all 8 numeracy skills in grade 1 is 81.93%, described as emerging. In grade 2, the average is 76, described as anchoring. And in grade 3, 70.32%, described as NMS or need major support. The results imply that learners will still need to focus more on the 8 numeracy skills, and that teachers need to employ intervention to increase the proficiency in numbers of these learners, making the non-numerates and moderately numerates become highly numerates. During the learning assurance for monitoring and progress, last March 22, the selected grade 6 learners who took the test using the Deputy Learning Management System portal got an average of 79%. This means that the learners performed well in the assessment and implies that they have mastered the most essential learning competencies. In the early months of 2022, we have started to take a major step in defense of a safe return to school, the pilot implementation of face-to-face classes at school. This is based on regular Department of Health assessment, as the National Capital Region is on alert level 1. We know that children smile differently when they are in a real classroom with other children whom they want to learn from their teachers. Following the school safety assessment tool, SSAP standards, the school underwent validation for SPED and kindergarten involvement in personal learning. Our school passed the exam based on the assessment conducted by the division and the regional offices, allowing us to conduct the face-to-face classes for SPED and kindergarten. In conducting face-to-face classes, our school has proper coordination with barangay and Pasig City officials. Also with written consent from parents declaring their willingness for their children to participate. As we consider everyone's safety, health protocols and standards such as the use of face masks and washing hands with soap and water or alcohol remain mandatory. Only vaccinated teachers are allowed to teach so far. I want to let everyone know that our teachers have been fully vaccinated. Teachers reorganized their classrooms, they cleaned and beautified the classrooms in terms of maintaining physical distancing in the classrooms. Teachers followed guidelines set by DepEd and protocols published by the DOH. There is a 1 meter distance between people queuing at the entrance with signs, floor markings, barrier tapes, barricades, and other essential things were put in place. To help parents better understand limited face-to-face classes, they were called in for an orientation. We also listen to the parents so that the in-person classes flow smoothly. As David allows more grade levels to participate in the progressive expansion of face-to-face classes, Nagpayong Elementary School has taken another leap to start planning and preparing the expansion phase. Last April 4, the school decided to include 2 sections in each grade level to participate in the said expansion. Then the school also tried to implement 100% face-to-face implementation this month of May using an organized classroom schedule, and it was under the supervision of the school's Division of Pasig City Leaders, who are observed the entrance and exit of school learners. Recently, in June 2022, only grade 6 pupils and teachers were allowed to go back to school to continue face-to-face instruction. This was decided to let the graduating learners focus and practice for the face-to-face commencement exercises. Our face-to-face graduation last June 30 and July 1, even though divided into 4 batches, was undeniably very successful. Let's take a look at the awards our school has received. Headed by Brigada Coordinator Mr. Pepito B. Cagulan Jr. and Adapa School Co-Chairperson Mrs. Eileen I. Morales, our previous Brigada Eskwela was considered a success. Thanks to the collaboration of teachers, GPTA, barangay officials, LGU, NGOs, and parents. Their cooperation made it possible to organize and improve the schools and to meet certain school needs. Despite the challenge of the pandemic, we keep the heart of the bayan. It should be remembered that our implementation of the Brigada Eskwela was considered progressive in both 2020 and 2021. In fact, our school was selected as the representative in the mega school category of SDO Pasig in the National Capital Region. The School Division of Pasig City awarded our School-Based Management Practice Level 2 or maturing status after the school underwent a thorough inspection last February this year. From the combined result of the areas for performance improvement and the SBM principles such as leadership and governance, curriculum and instruction, accountability and continuous improvement, and resources management, the school-based management practice is maturing. The school needs improvement in the enrollment rate, while there have been a positive result in efficiency, graduation rate, cohort survival rate, dropout rate, and quality, including consolidated NPS of students in exams which complies or comprises the 60% of total score. During the final inspection, the artifacts shown in the different SBM principles that cover 40% of the total score were all complete and enough. The school has been working diligently to organize and file the essential evidence to get into level 3 for the next year's evaluation. Meanwhile, the SBM is managed by Dr. Wilma H. Alisasis as coordinator together with the 4 principal leaders, namely Dr. Donato G. Talinghani, Mrs. Eileen I. Morales, Mrs. Jenny A. Roda, and Mr. Victoriano P. Opresco. The limited space in the school was also not an obstacle to having a school garden. Despite the challenge of maintaining vegetable gardens in schools due to the lack of available space for planting, we encourage teachers to use urban gardening system and so on. Our school garden is up to date when it comes to operating guidelines. With the hands-on practice of our Gulayan Saparan Program Coordinator, Mr. Tito Ibanez, our school garden is considered advanced or at level 4. Our urban gardening nursery and organic fertilizer system are good. Records and documentation of the operations of our plant are always updated. Vegetable products are also used for our school-based feeding program, and the community also participates to keep the GPP alive. We can raise GPP to a high level even if there is a constraint on the available space, as long as we advocate health and education, love of work, and care for learners or others in our hearts and minds. Everything is within reach. When it comes to implementing comprehensive school health, safety, and preparedness measures, our school disaster risk reduction management, headed by Coordinator Pepito B. Cagulan Jr. and his alternate Jesse D. Mata, has been categorized as advanced or level 4 practice. This is based on the assessment and evaluation conducted by SDO classes. Our SDRRM is complete with all documents. Our school DRRM has clear and comprehensive contingency plan designed to help and guide us in correctly and appropriately responding to disasters such as fires, floods, and earthquakes. And because we are in the middle of a pandemic, DRRM has a complete health and safety plan to keep everyone safe from COVID-19. Is the RRM also ensure that facilities are safe for everyone, such as regular inspection of the school's electrical system, having an evacuation or exit plan, and directional signages on each floor of buildings, and much more, to ensure that students are safe facilities for all. We deserve the advanced level of practice because our team is good at all four thematic areas of prevention, preparation, response, and rehabilitation. During the last 4th Pasig City Research Innovation Festival, last November 24, 26, 2021, Dr. Donato G. Talinhali and Mr. Ardel R. Ganados won first place for Best Research Paper and second place for Best Research Presenters. Their victory in research has proven that our teachers are good in this field. Many are encouraged to study classroom issues and discover classroom strategies and techniques, interventions, plans, innovations, programs to further improve children learning and the teaching skills of our teachers. Our unity is the true root of our success. Our school continues to promote honest service to all and to create a culture focused on the developing excellence in young learners. There may be many challenges, but we can overcome the trials if we will work hard and work together. The untiring cooperation of the proactive involvement of our teachers, parents, and community is a testament to furthering our department goals. Therefore, we always do our best to strive for excellence, maintain our integrity and professionalism, foster sustainability and partnerships between our stakeholders, and provide meaningful learning that is accessible to all. Nagpayong Elementary School wants to be a part of children's lives and continue to be an instrument to uplift themselves. Nagpayong Elementary School, go for excellence for God and country. Good day everyone, and God bless us all.
This State of the School address wouldn't be completed without the message of our amiable Public School District Supervisor, Dr. Edna D. Camarao.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Isang taus-pusong pagbati ang aking pinapaabot sa pamunuan ng paaralang elementarya ng Nagpayong sa pangunguna ng kanilang masipag at napaka-generous na punong guro, Dr. Ruben H. Openia, sa matagumpay na paglalahad at pag-uulat ng mga mahalagang bagay at gawain na nakatulong upang mapagtagumpayan natin ang taong panuroang 2020-2021. Bagamat tayo ay patuloy na humaharap sa mga pagsubok na hatid ng pandemya. Naging napakalaking hamon po kung paano sisimulan ang pagbubukas ng klase sa pamamagitan ng distance learning. Ngunit sa tulong ng ating lokal na pamahalaan at ng mga namumuno sa ating sangay, ay naihatid po sa bawat mag-aaral ang tulong na nararapat. At sa pagkakaisa ng paaralan at komunidad, lahat ay naging posible. Bilang taga-Masid Pampurok, naging saksi po ako sa mga pagsusumikap ng paaralan para patuloy na maibigay ang dekalidad na edukasyon. Nakita ko po ang inisyatibo ng ating punong guro upang matulungan ang ating mga guro at mga magulang sa kailangan ng karagdagang kasanayan. At bagamat pandemya, ang mga programa para sa kalusugan, pagpapaganda, at pananatili ng isang malusog at ligtas na paaralan ay patuloy. Ganun din ang paghasa ng kasanayan sa pagbabasa. Ang lahat ng pagsusumikap at pagsisikhay ng paaralan ay nagkaroon ng mga magandang bunga. Kaya nga napakahalaga na tayo ay magpatuloy dahil sa ating pagsusumikap at pagkakaisa. Magandang kinabukasan para sa ating mga mag-aaral ay makapitan. Huli, isang magandang araw at pagpalain po tayong lahat ng may kapal.
Truly, there may be many challenges, but we can overcome the trials if we all work hard together. State of the School address. Truly, in Nagpayong Elementary School, everyone is involved, no one is left behind.